Here's something that will bother you for the rest of the day. The average person will earn over $1 million in their lifetime. $1 million. And yet, most people will retire with almost nothing. Not because they didn't earn enough, not because life was unfair, but because of 8 quiet habits that silently drained every dollar they ever made. I call this the wealth leak audit. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through every single one. Not the obvious stuff you've heard before, the subtle ones, the ones that feel completely normal, the ones that are destroying your financial future right now without you even realizing it. And here's the deal. You don't need to fix all 8 of them. Fix even 2 of these, and your entire financial life begins to shift. So let's get into it. Habit number 1. You treat your free time like it has no value. This one is the most expensive habit on this list, and almost nobody talks about it. In 1994, a 19-year-old kid in Albuquerque, New Mexico, was working a regular job during the day, but every single evening, after work, while everyone else was watching TV, he was sitting at a computer building something. That kid was Jeff Bezos, and the company he was quietly building in his free time, Amazon. Now, I'm not saying your free time needs to build the next Amazon, but here's what that story teaches us. Your job pays you once, but your time outside your job, that's where skills are built. That's where side income starts. That's where leverage comes from. And right now, while you're watching this, someone with the exact same 24 hours as you is building something that will pay them for the next 20 years. Same clock, completely different results. Even 1 hour a day, learning something valuable, building something small, testing one idea. That is how the quiet winners are getting ahead. Not overnight, but consistently. And consistency, as you'll see by the end of this video, is the entire game. But before we get there, habit 2 is one most people won't admit to. Habit number 2. Trying to keep up with people who are faking it. In the 1990s, a certain young man was throwing parties on a 167-foot yacht. Private jets, designer suits, mansions. The lifestyle looked like pure success. But behind the scenes, he was running one of the largest financial frauds in Wall Street history. The whole thing was debt, deception, and eventually prison time. You know what the saddest part is? Thousands of people looked at Jordan Belfort and tried to imitate the image. They borrowed money to look wealthy. They chased the lifestyle without the substance behind it, and they paid for it. Here's the truth about what you're seeing online today. Most people aren't rich. They're financed. That car, payments. That watch, credit. That lifestyle, performance. Social media has turned an ancient human instinct, comparison, into a 24/7 weapon pointed directly at your wallet. Because now you're not just comparing yourself to people in your neighborhood, you're comparing yourself to millions of strangers, most of whom are performing wealth they don't actually have. And that pressure leads to one thing: stupid financial decisions. You buy things you don't need with money you don't have to impress people who don't care. And that cycle is keeping you broke year after year. The real flex isn't looking rich. The real flex is being financially stable without needing anyone's validation to prove it. Now, speaking of pressure, the next habit is one that most people won't even recognize as a financial problem at all. Habit number 3, spending to feel better instead of solving real problems. There's a psychological concept called retail therapy, and it's not just a joke. In 2014, researchers at the University of Michigan published a study showing that shopping actually does provide temporary relief from sadness. The brain gets a dopamine hit. You feel better for about 20 minutes. Then the feeling fades, and the bill stays. Think about your own patterns. Bad day at work, you order food. Stressed about a relationship, you go shopping. Bored on a Sunday, you're browsing things to buy. Each purchase feels small, but emotional spending is never about the money. It's about the feeling. And here's the brutal truth. Until you fix the feeling, the spending never stops. The people who build real wealth learn one critical skill that most people never develop. They separate emotion from money. They don't spend to escape, they spend intentionally. That is a completely different operating system. And the good news, it's a learnable skill. But there's a habit that quietly destroys people even when they're disciplined with spending, and it's coming up next. Habit number 4. Delaying investing because you say, I will start investing later. In 1956, a 26-year-old man invested $174,000 of his own money and his client's savings into a small investment partnership in Omaha. He didn't wait until he had more money. He didn't wait until the market was perfect. He started with what he had. That man was Warren Buffett. And the principle he built his entire fortune on? Compounding. Time is more powerful than amount. Here's what that actually means in numbers. If you invest $100 a month starting at age 25, by age 65, you'll have roughly $350,000, assuming a 10% annual return. If you wait until age 35 to start investing the exact same $100 a month, you'll end up with around $133,000. Same money, same discipline, but you waited 10 years. That 10-year delay cost you $217,000. And those years, you can never buy them back. So stop saying, I'll start when I earn more. Stop saying, I'll figure it out next year. Every single month you delay is compounding in the wrong direction. You don't need to be an expert, you just need to start. And yet, even people who start investing make a critical mistake that leaves them completely exposed. Habit number 5. Living without a financial buffer. On September 15th, 2008, Lehman Brothers, one of the largest investment banks in the world, collapsed overnight. Hundreds of thousands of employees lost their jobs the next morning. No warning, no transition period, just poof. The people who survived that crisis financially weren't the ones with the biggest salaries. They were the ones who had a financial buffer, an emergency fund, a safety net between them and any disaster. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people are one unexpected bill away from debt. Car breaks down, medical emergency, landlord raises the rent. Suddenly you're forced into a loan, not because you're irresponsible, but because you weren't prepared. A buffer changes everything, even a small one. 1 month of expenses saved gives you breathing room. 3 months gives you control. 6 months gives you options. And options, as you'll see later in this video, are what real financial freedom is actually made of. By the way, remember to subscribe and like this video, giving it a thumbs up, and let me know your country name in the comment section below so I can create more videos that work in your area. Now, this next habit is the one people are most reluctant to admit is holding them back, because they think it's a good thing. Habit number 6, moving out too early just to prove independence. I want you to think about someone for a moment. In the 1970s, a young man named Steve Jobs moved back into his parents' house. He was in his early 20s. He slept on the floor. He ate free meals at the local Hare Krishna temple. He had no rent, no utilities, no expenses dragging him down. And during that time, while he was minimizing his cost of living to almost nothing, he was building Apple. Now I know what you're thinking, but that's Steve Jobs. Yeah, I know, but listen, the principle works at every level. When you rush to move out to prove independence, to have the freedom, the space, the social media post, here's what actually happens. Your rent arrives, then food, then utilities, then transport. And suddenly your entire income is gone before you even think about building anything. Your ability to save disappears. Your ability to invest disappears. Your ability to take risks disappears. And instead of building momentum, you're just surviving. Sometimes the smartest move isn't moving out early. It's staying home strategically. Stack your money, build your skills, create leverage, so that when you do move out, you're not starting from zero. You're starting from a position of strength. Now, the next habit is one that traps people in a cycle they can see coming but still can't avoid. Habit number 7, buying things to look successful instead of becoming successful. In 2010, rapper 50 Cent was reportedly worth over $100 million. Private jets, mansions, Bentleys. He even starred in commercials promoting financial success. But 5 years later, he filed for bankruptcy, $32 million in debt. The reason? He spent years maintaining an image that cost more than he was actually making. The lifestyle became the trap. And this isn't just a celebrity problem. It happens at every income level. People buying dozens of cars they can't afford, buying designer clothes they don't need, lifestyle upgrades they haven't actually earned, all from one place, wanting to look like they've made it. But here's what nobody tells you. Real wealth is quiet, but debt is loud, very loud. The more someone needs to prove they're wealthy, the less likely they actually are. This trap is dangerous because it locks you into high expenses early. Now you have to keep earning just to maintain an image. That's not freedom. That's a prison with a nice interior. And the habit that would expose all of this, if people just did it, is coming up next. Habit number 8, not tracking where your money is actually going. In the 1980s, a Japanese manufacturing philosophy called Kaizen took the world by storm. The entire principle was built on one idea. You cannot improve what you cannot measure. Toyota used it to become the most reliable car manufacturer in the world. Not through massive overhauls, through small, tracked, consistent improvements every single day. Now apply that principle to your money. If I asked you right now, how much did you spend last month? Most people have no idea. Their money just disappears. Subscriptions they forgot about, random purchases, food items they didn't track, and the money is gone before they even notice. Here's what many people discover in their 30s and 40s, and often the hard way. Awareness is the first form of financial control. You don't need a complicated system. You need to see where every dollar goes. Because the moment you start tracking, you start making better decisions automatically. Here's the rule I live by. What gets measured gets managed. Most people never measure anything, so they just wonder why the month ended and the account's empty again. So when you step back and look at all these 8 habits, you realize something important. It was never about how much you earn. It was never about the economy. It was never about your circumstances. It was these small, quiet habits, repeated every day and ignored for years. And here's what nobody actually tells you. You don't need to fix all these 8 habits. That's not how this works. Simply pick one habit from this list that hit you the hardest. Work on that habit first and see what happens. That one change will build your confidence. And before you know it, your entire relationship with money has quietly shifted. That is how the game is played. And now you know the rules. The only question left is, are you going to keep doing what you've always been doing? Or are you going to choose differently starting today? Comment different down below to show your commitment to the process. And if this hit you somewhere real, share it with someone who truly needs to hear it. Not for me, but for them. Remember to like and subscribe to this video, and I will see you in the next video.